Hello, welcome to this special World Cup edition of Insight with Boluwati Tonishola. Well, for this special World Cup edition, we'll be giving you reviews of the game the day before and, of course, the preview of the game for the day. And you know what that means? It means we'll be starting from the opening match between Qatar and Ecuador. Well, in terms of celebration, it worked well for the home side. The opening ceremony was beautiful. But on the match of the day, I expected more from the Qatari side. Yes, they're not much of one of the powerhouses in terms of football, but with the run they've had, winning the Asian Cup in 2019, we getting to the semi-final of the CONCACAF in 2020, with their defensive record in the Asian Cup and the qualifiers, everything, you think, well, they will push hard. But unfortunately, from the get-go, from the blast of the whistle, it became a terrible, terrible performance. Someone even said, from their first pass, he knew this nation were not going anywhere. As Ecuador broke the deadlock, well, you can say they scored in the third minute, but unfortunately, the goal was chalked up to offside. I was one of those who complained initially that this was a wrong call. Terrible decision by the VAR and everything. But when I saw the replay over time, I think I saw what they gave there, and I think it was pure offside. So for those who don't get it, if you check the replay over time again, you'll see where the offside line. So I think it was a brilliant call. Even at that, Ecuador kept pushing hard, and it got the opening goal in the 16th minute after the goalkeeper for Qatar, it was sad on the day, brought down in Valencia in the box, and the former West Ham and former Everton striker made no mistake by slotting the ball to the back of the net. And in the 31st minute, he got the second goal with a beautiful header. And that was how the game ended. Terrible halftime, especially from the host nation. But in the second half, they played a bit better, but they couldn't get any shot on target. But overall, you can call it a decent performance, maybe not so bad, but they set an unwanted record to become the first host nation in the history of the World Cup, over 90-year history, losing their opening match at the Mondial. That's weird. You don't hear that all the time. Even South Africa, they didn't lose their opening game when they played in 2010 against Mexico. They got a draw in that game, but I believe they will grow into the competition. Unfortunately, this on paper look to be maybe their weakest game, as the other opposition will be taking on each other today. That's the African champion Senegal taking on the Netherlands. Before now, you could have really said maybe Senegal is sure going to be in second place, maybe lose or draw against the Netherlands and pick up all 3 points against Qatar, maybe Ecuador. But with Sadio Mane injured, it will be difficult, because we've seen their run in the last year. They've not been playing super football, but one thing they do so well is to defend very well. But minus their defending, they find it difficult to get goals. And the certain man who is always at the end of almost all their goals is Sadio Mane, and is missing for this game after picking up an injury in Bayern Munich's thrashing of Werder Bremen about a week or two ago. So I think Mane's absence will be a big miss. But of course, you still have Khalidou Koulibaly, the goalkeeper. Edward Mendy is still part of them. Ismail Assar will be the man expected to step up for the injured Mane. The interesting thing is that coach today led the team as a captain 20 years ago to get to their first ever FIFA World Cup, and they got to the quarterfinal. I believe if they progress to the next round, they have what it takes to take on almost everyone in this Group B. But they have to do the job against Netherlands. Fun fact, Senegal have never lost against the European side at the World Cup. Yeah, they've lost just one game in their last game in all competitions. So maybe they'll come up good against the Netherlands. But the Netherlands as well have not lost to any African team at the Mondial. And in fact, they are unbeaten in their last 23 games. Based on form, based on stats, based on history, you want to tilt towards the European side. And I think I just have to agree with that school of thought. In Group B, there's England taking on Iran. Naturally, on paper, on board, or anything, you should say this would be a straight win without stress. Even like the punters would say, over 2.3, but with what we've seen in England recently, it will be difficult to call a straight win for the Three Lions, because the UEFA Nations League, they scored just 2 out of their 6 games. And of it, I think 1 or 2 of them were even from the penalty. So England have not been so convincing that much. Even the coach of Tottenham Hotspur, Antonio Conte, said the star man Harry Kane is fatigued, he's tired, and the World Cup starting with being the idol scorer at the last edition. People expect more from him to turn up this time around, and Raheem Sterling, poor form. Some of the players, even Calvin Phillips, who may even get to start, has played less than 1 hour this season. So all is not well in the camp of the Three Lions. Saw their training where they were so hot, had to put their head in the AC fans and all. But competition has started. It will definitely be a bit different ball game from with the history, from their recent run and everything. But you still expect them to. The Iranians are not pushovers, yes. They've done well recently, but it's the three Lions of England with Bukayo Saka. We don't know if he'll be fit enough to play this game. Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane in the middle of the pack. They have Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson. There's Declan Rice. There's even the young sensation Jude Bellingham, and in defense, if Harry Maguire start, I think they will have problems. But aside that, jokes aside, there's still John Stones. They have Kyle Walker on the right, or you could even play in a back three. There's Trent, who is a brilliant whipper of the cross. On the left is a Shaw. So they are compact all round. If they come together, if they put their recent run of form behind them, I think the three Lions will do enough to walk past the Iranians. The other game that is maybe a bit difficult to call is the US against, as United States of America against Wales. With the form of Wales, Gareth Bale leading them, Ramsey and the likes doing well in the middle of the park, you should expect Wales to maybe edge USA. That, well, there's a president of Liberia. He couldn't go to the World Cup representing the country, but his son, Timothy Weah, will be representing or making the father proud at the Mundial. Unfortunately, he will be representing the United States of America. He would also want to turn up today. But I still believe Wales should do enough to get maybe a draw or pick up all 3 points in this game. So here we go. For Senegal, I think it's going to end in the draw, a big win for the Dutch side, basically because of the absence of Sadio Mane. And that could end up being a blessing in disguise. For USA against Wales, I think the Wales will win that, or again, maybe another draw. But for England against Iran will try, but I still believe England should do enough to pick up all 3 points. So that's our show for today. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This will be coming your way every day to review the previous game and also preview the games to come. Please like, share, and subscribe. As you know, subscription is absolutely free. So you come here another time. Have a beautiful sporting morning.